Hello, it's me, and amidst the swirling ocean and the roar of the water, I figured I would do a scramble and solve of this 4x6x8. I know that I did a similar scramble in a previous cruise video, but I never quite finished that, did I? So I'm going to use the same concepts that I used before. We're going to start off with the technique that I use for scramble. So we're going to start off with a 180 degree. This was masterfully built by Jeremy, and it's one of the few complex three-dimensionally printed puzzles that's actually more smooth moving than any mod or mass-produced puzzle. I think that this is probably amongst my three-dimensionally printed puzzles in my collection. This is probably the best quality of all of them. And it's not just that, it's probably the best quality puzzle that I have, 3D printed or not. So if anybody has the opportunity to buy this, to pick this up, and you can afford it, by all means do it. And this is really a great prototype, a great proof of concept. This is the kind of puzzle where mass production really can happen, because if this is so smooth moving as a three-dimensionally printed puzzle, then imagine just how good mass production would be with this. But I think this is Jeremy's, whoop, I don't want to do it like that, triumphant masterpiece. Alright, so I'm just doing 180 degree turns. And the reason for doing this is to try to tease it out, separate it out as much as possible. A little bit of this. But I hope you can see just how smooth moving this puzzle is. Really pretty incredible. Now, I've shown you in previous tutorials and demonstrations about Ultimate Shapeshifters just how fun they are, and the fact that there's a lot of variability that happens with this. So we're going to revisit all that with this. And again, my big push with this is to get enough exposure with this kind of a puzzle to get it mass produced. So show some support, let people know you want this, and I'll do my part and campaign it so that I can put these incredible puzzles in people's hands. Okay, what do you think? Pretty good for a 180 degree scramble? Kind of like this effect. It looks like it's floating on the ocean. Okay, now once I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, pull it up over there. And having done that, I'm going to continue my 180 degree scramble. And the purpose of that is to make sure that I'm not cutting any corners with the scramble here. That I'm trying to induce every type of parity issue of reduction. I've talked before about what I mean by parity. And parity has to do with an intrinsic characteristic of the puzzle. Most of what you understand about parity is oddness or evenness. But it goes beyond that in terms of intrinsic organization of how a puzzle is. Such as different types of cuboid organizations. Such as dominoes, floppies, Ultimate Shapeshifters, shapeshifters. They all have slightly different ways of reducing it to a domino, because ultimately that's what you're trying to do, is reduce them to dominoes. Okay, so pretty good. Now that I've done that, I'm going to do a brick scramble. And that brick scramble just means I'm going to move it like this and start moving it in 180 degree directions on one plane, but not the other. And the reason that I'm doing that is I'm trying to separate these long and short ones out. I'm trying to mix them together. Now, because this is an even layer puzzle, there's a lot of mixing and matching that can happen here. Alright, so still 180 degree turns over here. There we go. And you can see what I'm trying to do is, it's too close to each other. They look too much alike. So let me go like this. See all these, this string of small ones together? I want to separate them out to put some long ones in between there too, just like that. And that will enhance the challenge of the scramble. Challenge of the solve, rather. So this is looking just like a brick in how I'm scrambling this. Because I can't scramble it in all directions as a brick. Okay, once I think I've got that pretty good, maybe a little bit more here. Do it like so. Okay, I like to separate these guys out a little bit more. There it is. Nope. Well, yeah, sure, why not? This will come here. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. Pretty good like so. So this is a brick-like scramble. You can see these are all mixed up over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a position to do a floppy scramble. The floppy scramble means that now I can move in 90 degrees over here and start moving it. But I'd like to try to take the bandaging out as much as I can when doing something like that. I'm going to move it like so. So now I can move the terminal end down here. I'll randomly put this like so, and I'll do 180 degrees in this direction. Boom, just like that. And this will come over here like that as well. So now I'm just going to keep doing that so I can do any 90-degree turns in these planes. But I'm going to stick with 180-degree turns. Across here. Gotta line it up. There we go, just like so. And some middle moves over here, some middle moves over here. And while I'm at it, I'll do a 180-degree turn over here. This will come up like thus. This is really looking complicated now. I don't want the scramble to look too symmetric either. Okay, this puzzle has never popped on me, but as I continue to pull it out of its native shape, it does become challenging to figure out what's supposed to go where when I turn it. This will come up like this. This will come across here. 1, 2. Turn this like so. This like so. One, 2. Okay, once I think I have a good floppy scramble, then I'm ready to do the full 6x6 scramble. The full, because that's really what we have this down to. So I'm going to pull this down if I can. Can I? Yep. And now it's time for 90 degrees in all directions. Turn this into something very scary. Very scary. Despite the fact that I got pieces flying everywhere in different sizes, different shapes, the movement is still really, really very smooth. Like I say, I always pull this puzzle out when I just want to experience the joy of solving and taking an incredible piece of engineering, holding it in my hands, I'm just experiencing that. Look, I was even able to move this layer independently. It's amazing. And finally turn. Okay, there it is. So this is pure of shape, completely cubic, no pillowing whatsoever, and that is a fully scrambled, as well scrambled as I can do, ultimate of ultimate shapeshifters, the 4x6x8, or rather the 6x8x10. So, how long shall it take me to solve this beast? More on that later. Thanks for watching.